10 actors who regret their controversial castings. Human beings are bound to make mistakes. Be it at work or in professional life, we simply can't stop committing errors. A number of A-listers in Hollywood have taken upon roles in films that they deeply regret signing. Here's a compilation of some actors who have voiced their distaste of characters they took on. Number 1. Jake Gyllenhaal says it wasn't right for him to star in Prince of Persia. Jake played the role of Prince Dastan in Disney's Prince of Persia in 2010. He said about it later, "I think I learned a lot from that movie in that I spend a lot of time trying to be very thoughtful about the roles that I pick and why I'm picking them. And you're bound to slip up and be like, that wasn't right for me, or that didn't fit perfectly," he said in a 2019 interview. Number 2. Scarlett Johansson backed out of enjoying a trans man in Rub and Tug after going through criticism. It was announced in 2018 that Scarlett would play a trans man in the film called Rub and Tug. What she said about it later, "In light of recent ethical questions raised surrounding my casting as Dante Tex Gill, I've decided to respectfully withdraw my participation in the project," she wrote in a statement. "Our cultural understanding of transgender people continues to advance, and I've learned a lot from the community since making my first statement about my casting and realized it was insensitive." Number 3. Emma Stone regrets playing a half-Asian character in Aloha. Emma played a character of Chinese and Hawaiian descent named Allison Ng. What she said about it later, "I've learned on a macro level about the insane history of whitewashing in Hollywood and how prevalent the problem truly is. It's ignited a conversation that's very important," she said in an interview in 2019. She yelled, "I'm sorry," to Sandra Oh when she made a joke about it at the Golden Globes. Number 4. Rooney Mara regrets accepting the role of Tiger Lily. She portrayed Tiger Lily in a 2015 adaptation of Peter Pan, who was a Native American character. What she said about it later, "I really hate that I'm on that side of the whitewashing conversation. I really do." She said a year later, "I don't ever want to be on that side of it again. I can understand why people were upset and frustrated." Number 5. Zoe Saldana says she by no means ought to have performed Nina Simone. Zoe, who is of Dominican, Puerto Rican, and Lebanese heritage, was cast to play Nina Simone in a 2016 biopic. She had to wear dark makeup and had a prosthetic nose for the role. What she said about it later, "I should have done everything in my power with the leverage that I had 10 years ago. I should have done everything in my power to cast a black woman to play an exceptionally perfect black woman," she said on Instagram Live in 2020. Number 6. Jenny Slate decided to cease voicing a biracial character on Big Mouth. Jenny, who is white, voiced Missy Foreman Greenwald on Big Mouth for 3 years, a character who has a white mother and black father. What she said about it later, "At the start of the show, I reasoned with myself that it was permissible for me to play Missy because her mom is Jewish and white, as I am. But Missy is also black, and black characters on an animated show should be played by black people," she wrote in a statement on her Instagram last year. Number 7. Kristen Bell left the animated sequence Central Park when she performed a biracial character. Kristen was cast to play the role of Molly, who is biracial. What she said about it later, "This is a time to acknowledge our acts of complicity. Here's one of mine. Playing Molly in Central Park shows a lack of awareness of my pervasive privilege. Casting a mixed-race character with a white actress undermines the specificity of the mixed race and Black American experience," she tweeted last year. Number 8. Julianne Moore says she's unsure she would play a lesbian once more after The Kids Are All Right. Julianne Moore played a lesbian character in the 2010 Oscar-nominated film The Kids Are All Right. What she said about it, "I look back and go, ouch, wow. I don't know that we would do that today. I don't know that we would be comfortable. We need to give real representation to people. But I'm grateful for all the experiences that I've had as an actor because my job is to communicate a universality of experience to the world," she told Variety last year. Number 9. Jimmy Kimmel apologized for doing sketches in blackface. Jimmy wore blackface to impersonate celebrities like Karl Malone and Oprah Winfrey. What he said about it later, "I have long been reluctant to address this, as I knew doing so would be celebrated as a victory by those who equate apologies with weakness and cheer for leaders who use prejudice to divide us. That delay was a mistake. There is nothing more important to me than your respect, and I apologize to those who were genuinely hurt or offended by the makeup I wore or the words I spoke," he wrote in a statement last year. Number 10. Halle Berry apologized for contemplating the position of a trans man in a film. Halle said that she was considering taking a role as a trans man in an upcoming unnamed movie, and she was excited to take a deep dive into that world. What she said about it: "Over the weekend, I had the opportunity to discuss my consideration of an upcoming role as a transgender man, and I'd like to apologize for those remarks. As a cisgender woman, I now understand that I should not have considered this role, and that the transgender community should undeniably have the opportunity to tell their own stories," she wrote as a statement on Twitter. Hope you guys like this video. If so, don't forget to subscribe for more on actors and movies. See you in the next one.